She see money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was down out like last week. Tell me where have you been? Yeah, came out of hiding, girl. Don't act like I'm your man. I'm just a fan. You don't hold right.
So our flight is on its way to us from Dam. I like that.
Yummy.
She reminds me of Tom and Jerry. Look at all this greenery.
I'm literally just sitting here by this fire right now, soaking in all the heat. It's so nice.
They have better groceries here than the grocery shops.
Hello! I am having a really nice morning actually because, well, it's not morning anymore, it's like probably 1 p.m. but I didn't have to wear a coat today because it's warm enough. It's like 15 degrees, which is pretty much a miracle after how cold it's been for the last few months, and to me definitely feels like a sign that spring is on the way. And I just have some errands that I'm running today. It's a Friday and I don't have too much to do, but I just needed to get my passport renewed, so I've just been to get some passport photos taken. And then I've been thinking that I really want to join a gym in my local area because I haven't joined a gym. I haven't been to a gym since like COVID lockdown. When COVID happened, I stopped going to the gym. Before that I used to go all the time, but yeah, I stopped going when the lockdown started, and I fell in love with yoga and just started doing a lot of home workouts. Sorry, I'm on like a really busy main road, so apologies for the noise. And I've really enjoyed doing the home workouts, and I also go like running a lot to this park that's like a 5-minute walk from my house. But recently I've just been craving like having a bit more access to, I guess, like intense exercise and being able to move my body and wanting to like build strength again. So I am now on my way to go and check out this gym that's about a 15-minute walk from my house, but it kind of fits all of my requirements of like what I'm looking for on paper. So I just want to go and get a feel for it and hopefully sign up. Hey guys, I have not been having the best of days. I always know that kind of around this time of the month I do tend to be a bit more emotionally sensitive and unable to think and process things rationally. So even if like little things happen in my life, it can feel like really big things at this time of the month. Today I think my body is just a bit exhausted, mentally and physically. All that to say that I've decided to cook myself one of my favorite meals, which is yellow dal. So I thought I would just take you through the process of how I make the most simple dal ever. I'm not even really gonna spice it. I'm just gonna do kind of a very basic recipe that my parents used when I was growing up, and we had this like every Sunday. So it's like very sort of homely vibes for me, and I think I just need that in my life right now. For this very basic dal recipe, I'm adding a mixture of yellow split pea lentils and red lentils to a big pan, and then I just give them a really good wash to get rid of any excess starch. And once the water starts to run clear, I put these on the stove and let it start to boil whilst I dance around the kitchen, obviously. And then once it's boiling, there's usually a bit more starch to scoop off before adding a very healthy drizzle of olive oil, as well as some turmeric. And I also added some pink Himalayan salt at this point. I also decided that I wanted to add a few whole cloves and a few cloves of crushed garlic as well, just to add a bit of extra flavor, because it literally took 2 minutes and will make a big difference in the end. And then it's really just a case of leaving that to simmer away for about 45 minutes. And then whilst that was boiling and simmering away, I just chopped up some fresh coriander to add right at the very end. I love making dal because it's just like the simplest recipe ever. I probably make dal every single week, just because of how easy it is to make. It's like one of the staples in my diet. It's the one food that I could eat any day, anytime, and never get sick of it. And I think it has to do with like the fact that it is just such a comfort, homely food. I've just been vibing out in the kitchen, listening to some music, cooking, taking my time with it, which is something I don't often do because I'm not actually a massive fan of cooking, and I normally try and cook things that take as little time as possible whilst also packing in the healthy foods and nutrients that I try really hard to get into my diet. But yeah, this evening it feels really nice to just take my time with it. I'm just waiting for the lentils to fully soften now. We're getting there. I'm trying to make sure it also doesn't stick to the pan, which it looks like it has a bit. I think with being half Indian, it was already in me that I was gonna love Indian food, and I think cooking it does help me definitely feel more connected to that side of myself, because as someone that is half Indian and half English, I think a lot of times I do feel a bit of imposter syndrome, and that I don't have enough knowledge to be able to share things like this, but I think it's still interesting to hear about. I think for me, dal really just reminds me of home. Like I said, because we always used to have it on a Sunday afternoon, and my parents would cook it as kind of like an end of the week meal, and that was like a ritual in our house. Like Sundays we'd have dal. It's a very comfort-based food for me, and yeah, I think it's almost ready, so I've just added a little bit more water because it was getting a bit thick. I'm gonna probably give it like 5-ish more minutes, and then I'm gonna add the coriander and dish up. Hey guys, I never want this to be a space where I don't feel like I can be completely honest about how I'm feeling, and sometimes it really confuses me because it can be my time of the month and I'll be feeling good, and then the mood swings come afterwards rather than before or at the same time, and sometimes it just doesn't happen in the order that I expect it to, and when that happens I think it throws me off even more than usual, because I usually expect that I'm not going to feel my best in the week before my period comes, but my period's finished now, and it's been finished for 5 days, and I'm still feeling really tired, low energy, disinterested in things. I'm very in my head, and I think it also stems from the fact that I've been feeling a bit lonely. Everyone in my flat has been away this week, and so I haven't had any of those kind of small daily interactions with people that you just don't really realize are really doing anything, but just saying hello to people in the morning, and those small sort of passing comments actually does make a difference. So it's been, I think, about 4 or 5 days that I've not really spoken to another human, and I don't mind that. I think I love spending time alone, and the first few days are heaven for me. but then I can leave it a little bit too long. Like I get too comfortable being alone, and then I don't realize that I'm lonely until it's too late, until I don't feel capable of actually reaching out and calling anyone or making plans. So I think that's kind of what happened. And then it takes a little bit of time for me to sort of emerge from that hole again. This kind of like cycle of having a few days feeling really rubbish is pretty normal for me, and I think it is for a lot of people. And I think the more we talk about it, the better. I've been exercising, going on runs, trying to eat healthily. Like I'm very good at doing the things that I know I need to do to look after myself, but they don't always make me feel better, and sometimes it is really just a waiting game of waiting for the wave to pass. But you know, every time, no matter how long the slump is, the wave does eventually pass. So I'm just kind of riding it out, having a very chilled evening this evening. I've just made myself a nice tea, I had dinner, and I think for the rest of the evening I'm just going to be doing a little bit of journaling in my journal, which is almost finished. I think I need to buy a new one actually. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to see my friend Molly. I'm gonna go to her studio and catch up with her, and I've asked her to take some new headshots for me for my modeling portfolio, because her studio has like white walls and I need a white wall background, and she's also someone that I really trust behind the camera, so it should be nice to actually leave the house and see a friend. And yeah, I think it will be also good for my mind state right now to just get out.
When I close my eyes, close my eyes, close my eyes, and go deep inside, what I know comes to life. Forgive me, I'm just being all that I know how to be.
I know this vlog has been quite melancholy, but that's honestly just how I've been feeling lately, and I want this space to be an honest reflection of the things I'm experiencing, which means showing you the lows as well as the highs. I'm anticipating a lot of change in my life at the moment, which I've honestly just been trying to surrender to, and I look forward to sharing the process of this with you all over the coming months. Thank you so much for watching these little moments of my life. Until next time.